Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel and today we have Shubham with us who has recently bagged an offer at Amazon with his sheer hard work and consistency. Hey Shubham, first of all congratulations on such an amazing offer and I really want to thank you for joining. Can we please start with your introduction?
Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. My name is Subham Patar. I am a fourth year BTech undergraduate student in computer science and engineering. I have done my data structures and algorithms in Java, and I have experience with web development. Recently, I have grabbed a full time offer in Amazon.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Now our viewers already know that you have cracked Amazon, and we'll talk about how you prepared for this amazing company. So first of all, how does it feel to be in a company that's a dream job for so many people?
It's an amazing and wonderful feeling when you finally achieved what you have worked hard for. All your hard work and pushing yourself to the limits feels worth it. I still remember the day when our Amazon results were declared. I was appearing in an online test for some other company, and one of my friends who was not appearing in that test came shouting to my room and informed me about the results and asked me to finish my test as soon as possible. That was one of the most memorable moments of my life. When I informed my parents about my results, they were extremely overwhelmed with joy. I could still remember their tears of happiness in their voice. It is undoubtedly the best feeling when you are able to make your parents proud. Nothing can be compared to that.
Yeah, that was great, Shubham. I can really feel you this time. So can you please let us know how and when did you start your coding journey? Like how did Placewood actually help you in improving your coding skills?
So, I had no experience of coding before joining college. The first programming language that I learned was in my first semester, that was C language, but that too till a basic level. Our seniors guided us and advised us to do competitive programming, but I found CP a little bit difficult and started having self doubt that coding was not my cup of tea. And then COVID came, and after the lockdown, I became even more inconsistent with coding.
Yeah.
Uh, I also took some courses on Java and explored web development and Android development, and that's how my second year passed. And since I had very less experience with DSA and competitive programming, in my third year, I was not able to crack the online test of any company in during the internship season. So that's when Placewit came in. I saw the ad of Placewit in the month of October, and then I did an in-depth research about their program in their official website, YouTube, Quora, anywhere I can find reviews about their program. And after doing the research, I found it one of the most suitable programs for me for preparing to prepare for placements. So I immediately applied for that program. After I joined Placewit, I started practicing questions on lead code and GFG consistently. So in Placewit, every batch had 25 students, and every week we had live classes for 2 hours in the weekdays and 4 hours in the weekends. We also had doubt clearing sessions after the live classes, which were very helpful. Other than that, we also had online coding tests among the batches of Placewit, which helped us a lot in improving our programming skills and time management skills. Overall, Placewit helped me immensely in improving my coding skills and achieving what I have achieved today.
Yeah, so that was great to hear, Shubham, and we really feel pleasure to be a part of your stories. But sometimes I wonder how to handle failures and demotivation when programming. And I would like to know what about instructors? Like were you satisfied with the instructors? How was the teaching style and how often the doubts were resolved?
Yeah, so, well, I know programming can sometimes be demotivating when we get stuck with a new problem, even after solving so many questions. But our mentors in Placewit advised us and guided us whenever we face such situations. They advised us that it is quite normal to get stuck in programming. With every new problem, we learn something new and improve gradually each day. there is nothing we cannot achieve if we continue with the never give up attitude. And talking about our mentors and instructors, for our batch, our instructors were Amrit sir and Abhishek sir. Both of them were very helpful and friendly. They always made sure that each student in their batch learned everything that is taught in the class properly. And as I have mentioned before, we also used to have doubt classes after the live classes, which were very helpful.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's always good when you get some good mentors with you. They can always guide you, right? And just I have one more question for you. Like when you see your friends get an internship and you do not have any, right, in your hand, so you start feeling FOMO, right? So any
Yeah.
advice on how to continue after not being able to crack an on-campus intern? And like, is it really important for is it really important to crack an internship for the placements?
Okay. So I was not able to get any internship during my third year, and that was probably one of the lowest phases of my life. But after joining Placewit, our mentors made us realize that internship is not necessary for placement. Yes, of course, it is well and good if you are able to get a good internship in a good company, because it gives you in-depth knowledge about how the real world corporate world works. But we should not get demotivated if we are not able to get a good internship, because internship does not play much of a big role in placements. Yeah, we do get the feeling of FOMO whenever our friends get internships, but we can't help it. The only thing we can do is just focus on improving our skills and achieving our main goal, which is getting a good placement by the end of fourth year.
Very well said, Shubham. I guess very true. We should just keep focusing on developing our skills, and our main focus should be our goal, right? So, but the most important question here is, what was your preparation strategy for placements, and how did Placewood help you in building up that strategy?
The Placewit's program was well organized enough to make us fully prepare for the placement. Apart from DSA, we were provided with proper resources for CS fundamental subjects. 3 to 4 web development projects were created for resume, as well as proper resume building sessions were taken to give us a proper guidance about building a resume. So I did not make any strategy on my own. I just followed and prepared according to Placewit's program under the guidance of our mentors. So my daily routine was like every day I would solve at least 5 to 6 programming questions on LeetCode, and most importantly, I make sure that every day I learn something new. The quality of questions is more important than the quantity of questions. Other than that, I would spend 2 to 3 hours for the CS fundamental subjects and 3 hours for web development. My advice is that don't try to complicate things, just keep it simple and try to follow your routine.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Shubham. Maybe our viewers will get at least something out of it, and maybe it can benefit our viewers as well. So, you told something about resume, right? So, can you please tell us about the role of the resume in this whole process? And like you said, the Placewood helped in building up your resume. So, how actually Placewood helped in that too?
Okay, so resume plays a very important role in placements. Many companies shortlist students for the online test based on their resume. So in Placewit, we had proper resume building sessions where our mentors guided us about the do's and don'ts of building a resume. Our mentors also personally reviewed our resumes 2 to 3 times to make sure that it is our best possible resume. Few points that I would like to add that you should keep in mind while creating a resume are that be on point and never make your resume more than 1 page. Never lie on your resume, because in interviews, questions might be asked about the stuff that is written on your resume. Be concise and clear about everything. Also, try to add links for your projects that you add in your resume, and elaborate your experiences in an effective way.
Thank you so much for those tips, Shubham. I guess most of our viewers are going to follow these resume tips from you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Now, coming on to like after your resume got shortlisted, when you were sitting for your coding test, like what questions were asked during the coding test, and obviously, if you have cracked Amazon, you must have given interviews as well. So what questions were asked during your personal interview? So basically, I just wanna ask you, like, can you brief out the Amazon's interview process?
Just like other companies, firstly we had to go through the online coding test. So in the online coding test for Amazon, I had two coding questions which were easy to medium level. One was based on prefix sum and the other was based on two sum. I submitted both of them correctly in 40 minutes. But this year there were no MCQ questions based on CS fundamentals. Rather, there was a kind of a simulation test, an employee simulation test. So basically, in this round there were many behavioral and decision-based questions where I had to take decision as an Amazon employee. So, as you might know, or you might not know, that Amazon has 14 leadership principles and they focus a lot on them before hiring any employee. So, the simulation test was basically to evaluate our work behavior and to see if we fit Amazon's work culture and leadership principle. Many of my friends did all the coding questions correctly but did not get shortlisted because of this round this year.
Yeah, so sorry to interrupt you, Shubham. So you just said that Amazon follow 14 leadership principles, right? So
Yeah.
can you brief out one or two out of them? Like, according to you, what was the most important principle they focus upon?
One that I remember very clearly, that they want us to, anything that we do, they want us to know in-depth knowledge about everything. They don't want any someone who has the surface knowledge about everything. They want us to go to in-depth of any topic or anything we work on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now you can please continue with your part.
Okay, so after I cleared the online test, I had three rounds of technical interviews. All of them were around 1 hour, where in all the three rounds, two medium level DSA questions and two Amazon leadership principle based behavioral questions were asked. Um, they also asked to explain my project briefly in all the three rounds, but no cross questioning was done based on that. So my first round started with an introduction and then project explanation. After that, he gave me a medium level DP question, which was a target sum based. I told him all the approaches, and then he asked me to code the most optimized approach, and then I coded it within 30 minutes. After that, he gave me a zigzag traversal of a binary tree, which was quite simple. So I quickly explained him my approach and coded it within 20 minutes. He then asked me two leadership principle based question, and then my first round of interview ended. Moving on to the second round, my second round took place after 2 days. My first round ended since there was a weekend in between. So even though my first round was good, I was still very anxious whether I would get shortlisted for the next round or not. Finally, I got an invite for the second round on Monday. So it was taken by a female interviewer. She was very friendly. She asked me to sum to linked list, which is a very simple question. But I explained my approach and coded my approach. She, she, After that, she asked me to solve it without storing the answer list in a new linked list. So basically, she asked me to space optimize it.
Yeah.
So I did that, and she was happy. But she further asked many variations of the same questions, and I explained each one of them correctly. So she was very satisfied. After that, my second round also ended with two leadership principle based questions. So, so since my second round went very well, I immediately got invite for the third round, which was scheduled after 2 hours. Yeah, moving on to the third round. So my third round started the same way as the other rounds, but in this round there was some technical issue or might be network issue. so I was not able to share my screen properly. But we continued with the interview. But after 20 minutes, he just stopped me and told me that we cannot continue with this interview without the screen share. And he asked me to contact the recruitment team for further updates. I was devastated and heartbroken. And honestly speaking, I even cried, thinking that I lost the opportunity because of a technical issue. But luckily, my interview got rescheduled the next day, and this time there was no technical issue. So,
Great.
firstly, he asked me a string based anagram question, and secondly he asked me the next greater element, which is a standard question. So
Yeah.
I solved both of them with the most optimized approach, and he was very satisfied. And then the interview ended with two Amazon leadership principle based questions. And then after that, the Amazon results were declared within 1 week, and a total of 9 students were selected from our college.
Yeah, so that was great, Shubham. Again, a very big congratulations to you. And trust me, if like you have really done a fantastic job, and even handling the variations in the question is really difficult, and you have yourself done that. So that is really commendable, I'll say. So, any advice to the freshers from your side? Like, how do they improve their coding skills, and like any tips and tricks you can give to the newbies?
So, my advice for the freshers would be to start with the basics and solve questions on LeetCode and GFG consistently. According to me, consistency is the key to improving your problem solving skills. So, if you are in your first year or second year, you can also try CP just to a certain level. This will help you in improving your problem solving skills. But if you are in your third year, I would suggest to practice intermediate level DSA questions on LeetCode and GFG, since you guys are a little short of time. Just keep believing in yourself and don't give up, even if some things seem difficult. Try to follow a given path by your mentors, or in case you are following some DSA sheets.
Yeah, Shubham, like very well said that. Yeah, consistency is the key for everything. Like practice and consistency can lead you to your goals. So, thank you so much for that, Shubham. So, now we are at the end of this fruitful discussion. Anything you would like to say to conclude this discussion?
Okay. Lastly, I would say during placements, there will be many days where you will feel demotivated and don't feel like doing anything. So, those days, you have to push yourself harder. And trust me, all your hard work will be worth it once you are able to crack a good company.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for joining in today, Shubham, and sharing with our viewers your preparation strategy, your story. Thank you so much. At Placewit, you get an illustrated and dedicated team of mentors and instructors from top companies to clear your doubts and help you get better at your coding skills. You are taught a better tested curriculum ranging from coding to computer science subjects, along with some important features like resume building, mock interviews, referrals from top organizations, and much more. The best thing about Placewit is that they provide you a job guarantee with zero upfront cost. Means you don't have to pay anything to join Placewit. And you can completely prepare for your placements free of cost and get a guaranteed job. So join today and crack your first dream interview. Do check out the link in description for more details.